Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got something new for you today. It is a light that is from Vevor, and it is a 20,000 lumen LED work light. It's kind of all positioned up closed up top right now, but you can see it opens up on the bottom and it opens up on the top as well. And I'll show you guys all the ins and outs of this light here in just a second. Part number for this light is AZZNGZD-002, and I'll show you it's actually marked on there as well. We'll also show you it lighting up and its capabilities, because it has a couple little trick features to it that are pretty nice. So hang in there and we'll show you guys a little bit about this in just a second. Alright guys, as you can see here is the Vevor model number AXZNGZD-002, also 120, and it's a 60 hertz, and it's 100 watts by 2, because there are 2 lamps on here. As you fold this open, and this is nice because this folds 90 degrees, and then it swivels both to the front and down and around 330 degrees. Now, I will note that the hinges here, they are plastic. Not a huge fan, because this piece here is actually a cast aluminum, but they do take the time to actually powder coat it, so it is a nice powder coating. But if there's one gripe I have about this section, is that these hinges here could be similar metal as this, because as you look at it here, you can tighten them, which I've done. The tightening does work out, but that piece is actually plastic, so not a huge fan of the plastics being used there. And then as you go down through, it's also telescoping. You go up as high as 70 inches. So 28 inches in the lowest position, and those give you the ability here via these plastic clasps. Now this is steel, this piece here, and these clasps here are plastic. So not a huge fan of that. The legs do fold in, and we'll show you when it's all folded up what it looks like. But these are a stamped steel. They too are powder coated, this nice orange, but all these pieces down in here, plastic, plastic, plastic. So we'll see how this performs and see if the plastic is going to be an issue. There's a little holder here for a remote. We'll talk about that in a second, but this head here is going to be plastic as well. It is nice to note that there is a wind up here. This cord is a 10-foot long cord, so you can wind it on itself in this little winding area, and it all goes inside there just fine. And then it's also worth noting that there's a handle on the back side that allows you to grab and carry it via that handle as you're going from job site or what have you, for moving around. Now these LEDs are actually nice. Has a nice polycarbonate cover to it, and then it has these magnets located here on the end, so as you saw it earlier, it was closed up. These magnets hold it in the closed position. Now there's 2 versions of this light. There's the 20,000 lumen light, and then there's the 10,000. This is obviously the 20,000, so the brighter of the group. And this light has only been out since late October, early November of 2023. So it hasn't been out that long. It's a newer product from Vevor. But it is also nice to note too on these lights that they have the ability for these heat sinks built in the back, because these can get quite hot if you leave them on for a long period of time. It's also worth noting that this light has an IP65 waterproof rating. The overall weight of this light is about 9.9 pounds, so just under 10 pounds. So not heavy whatsoever. The light output capability of these, you have the ability to dial up and dial down, and also turn off singularly one light versus the other. So if you just want one light on, hit the switch, only one light comes on. Or if you want both, you could hit both and they both come on. Now the fun part about these lights is you have the ability to do a little bit of control, both the power, so you could control it all the way down to 10% output, or go all the way up obviously to 100%. And then the color, so the temperature that you're able to produce with these lights is adjustable as well. It goes all the way down to 3000 Kelvin, and then all the way up to 6500 Kelvin. So if you want those more natural incandescent light, this is going to give you the ability to go down to 3000 Kelvin, be very much a yellow kind of light, or go very high and put out 6500 lumens, which is a very blue, kind of a sharp light. And it's worth noting too, you could actually control them separate from each other. So both output and color is controllable. And it's all via this remote here. So light A, light B, and you could mess with it on, off, and up and down. So we'll do that here next. All right, guys, so we have the lights on, and bear with me. My camera may or may not tend to cut out some of that light output, so you guys may not see the total intensity, but the idea is to let you guys see how this works with the remote. So light A, I believe, is going to be this right-hand side. So as you hit the on-off button, it kills that light. So you can see there's no light output coming out of that, but that one is working. And the same thing with the other one, you could shut it off as well. There you go. And you can turn them on both together, so fully on. It's very nice. You could very much pick one color with the one and one with the other. You can see here this is very much a yellow light. That's a blue light coming off of that side. And control it how you want with this light. It's a nice customizable function. And like I said, it does get pretty warm as you use it to the touch, but these heat sinks do a good job. I'd say my biggest gripes to Vevor is you made an excellent light. This light output is amazing. And you guys may notice I actually use it on some of my videos. So some of you complain it gets too bright. Yeah, I've used this on some of my videos because it helps with the ambient light in the room. And it does a great job. Easy to pack up, easy to move, great output. Doesn't consume nearly as much as a halogen does. And yeah, it's a good light to have. And yeah, you have the ability here on the sides, I don't know if I showed you guys a second ago, but to manually power up or power down as needed these lights. And rotation works great. So great light. And if you're looking to do something outside with it or inside your shop, this is a nice setup. So you may be asking yourself, okay, well, where do we pick these up at? 10,000 lumen version, and there's a 20,000 lumen, which I have here. The pricing for this, both are found on Amazon. And this one comes in at roughly $90 currently, whereas the 10,000 comes in around $70 to $80. So you can find them on sale every once in a while too. So throw them in your shopping cart if you're thinking about buying one and you're not in an urgent need to pull the trigger. But yeah, great light control, and a good solid unit. So I'll show you guys here in just a second how it looks all kind of closed up, packed up, so you can see how you can carry it. All right, guys, as you can see there, that is the light all packed up. Folds up nice, kind of keeps itself in a nice, straight, streamlined shape, and the legs fold up to kind of create like a cylindrical shape. So very much easy to throw in the back of your truck, throw in the back of your cab. It can fit in tighter spaces because it's only gonna be about 5 inches wide, 4 to 5 inches wide, in its overall diameter. So easy to grab, easy to pick up, easy to take places. It's a good setup. So I'd love to hear you guys' questions and comments. Is this something you guys would pick up? Is this something that could replace a halogen setup that you have? I mean, you could drop this and not worry about breaking bulbs or trying to find replacements. It's an LED setup. All right, so let's give it a shot against this snap-on 2000 lumen light. So 2000 versus 10,000 on the right-hand side. All right, so you can see them side by side. It's gonna be hard to tell. I apologize, this might not be the best lighting source to see. The snap-on does do a good job kind of dispersing it out, but not really well focused, not super bright. Now let's see what it looks like with both of the lights on the Vevor. So you got both lights on the Vevor, and then you got the one light on for the snap-on. So big difference in light power and output. Which light do you like better? Which light performs best for you? Do you guys have a need for lights like these? And what's been your experience? I'd love to hear, guys. And of course, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and please subscribe. We'll talk to you guys soon.